You got enough evidence for a search. I'll hit up a judge.
This is the thanks I get for cooperating with you people. And after the support I lent your sheriff, what in heaven's name could you be looking for here?
I'm sure the sheriff is grateful for your good citizenship, Everett. We're looking for fibers, weapons, blood, and a sample of your DNA.
This is outrageous. I really should contact my attorney. But goddammit, let's get on with it.
Man's handkerchief, ready for mending. Somehow Nicole doesn't strike me as the seamstress type. I'm thinking a mouse didn't make a hole in that hanky. Let's check it out. Nice work. We don't have permission for this. Yet. Let's test the blood first. I'll use the hemotrace kit to ID this blood. Pink for animal, blue for human. Pink, definitely animal blood.
Maybe I should have told you. I like my prime rib very, very rare. .357 Magnum. One round fired, apparently. It's not uncommon to fire 38 rounds from these since they're cheaper. Look here. They're 38s, all right. Black wool overcoat. Too small for Everett, but... Nicole? Don't see any blood, but this garment might shed fibers all right. Not much there. Nice job being thorough.
Nice bug hunting. Let's get back to the investigation.
The story is a legal and fully registered one. As for the missing bullet, we stopped in the desert to enjoy the scenery. A rattlesnake was giving my wife the eye and I shot the thing. Law against that?
Not when you miss it.
He went his own way, darling. And you said yourself it was a hell of a rush.
This coat fits the crime scene evidence all right, but it doesn't fit Everett Brower. The pattern of scorching here and lack of tearing, more like a cigarette burn than a gunshot.
She's on her way to interrogation now.
Really? Now that's impossible. Oh, that's right. That cold snap last week? I loaned Connie that coat, and she gave it back to me the next day.
Maybe you took it back by force.
That's right. She didn't return my jacket, and I tracked her down and killed her over it. Why do you waste your time, and worse, mine, on such stupidity? I don't even know where she lived.
Good friends, are you?
I told you we were cordial. She'd done favors for me. And my husband, of course. Surely you remember how cold it was last week. Wednesday, wasn't it? She was underdressed, and I helped her out. No good deed goes unpunished. Helping out at the homeless shelter? No, wait. Shopping. At the mall. Check it out if you don't believe me.
Oh, I believe you were shopping. But we may check up on that date, in case you're confused.
Hey, just got a call from the hospital. Terrible night for Connie. She lost her baby to miscarriage. She's in stable condition now, but it's obviously a tough loss. Might want to check up with her when you can.
My baby boy, my little son. We've lost him. I appreciate that, and I appreciate how you're trying to help. I only wish I'd defended myself better. That the bastard who killed my baby was dead instead.
She says she loaned you a black coat. Is that true?
Yes. Yes, it may have been tossed on the bed at some point. She was just pretending to be nice, you know. At heart, she's a snobby bitch. But she wanted her precious husband to think she was making an effort to get along with me.
Has she ever been to your place?
Are you kidding? Yes. Actually, it's right here.
Looks like the hospital lab did a few tests. Determined the cause was blood loss. I'm so sorry.
Yes. My poor baby boy.
For as many curves as I've been thrown over the years, this one I did not see coming. Did anybody guess Everett Brower was the father of Connie's kid?
Well, I sure didn't. But everybody in this case is guilty of a motive, at least.
If Everett was cheating on Nicole, he could have tried to kill Connie before his fraternity and their relationship got out.
And if Nicole found out her husband was cheating, and the new woman in his life had a bun in the oven, well...
Either way, Shane's still smack in the middle. His girlfriend's pregnant with another man's child, and with Everett's money, think of the blackmail possibilities. Let's talk to the suspects again before reviewing the evidence.
Well, yes, I admit that, but surely you understand the privacy issues. And did you say was? Oh, no. Oh, my God. My son. My poor, poor baby son. Oh, my God, and that poor girl. This is horrible. Terrible. Does this mean we're dealing with attempted murder?
I'm afraid not. At least not according to the law. The unborn child would need to be at least 20 weeks in gestation, or 400 grams weight to add another felony count, and your son was under on both.
The relationship, and you must believe this, you must understand this, is strictly one of business. She is a responsible, intelligent young woman, and I approached her to be the surrogate mother for my son by artificial insemination. She signed a non-disclosure agreement, although she would eventually tell Shane, of course. An unfortunate byproduct of this arrangement is Shane's belief that the child is his. But the child was to be, turned over to me and Nicole. The financial rewards for Miss Roth are considerable. $1 million. Half upon successful insemination, half upon delivery of my healthy child. This is a very delicate aspect of this matter, and I really beg your discretion, please. Nicole does not know. You see, she's pregnant herself with my daughter, and I intended to tell her much later. I was planning to take her away to Paris and explain the situation carefully, you know what I'm saying? And with great respect for her situation. I was confident that she would see the benefits of raising both kids. Had Nicole somehow discovered my plans, I can assure you I would have been the first to know. She almost certainly would have confronted me with her displeasure. But my need for an heir overrides any such concern.
Well, our concern is finding the brutal attacker who did this, and your wife is still a suspect.
As I say, she's an intelligent young woman. And I was aware that she and Shane had dreams of a better life. You see, I'm already living on borrowed time. I have a cancer that will kill me within the year. And I need a son to carry forward my name and my legacy. Nicole indeed is pregnant with a girl. Now I will love that child and provide for that child. But I'm old school. I'm afraid, for me, an heir is male. Not just my blood, but my name continuing on. Connie is a lovely young lady, and was willing to help me make my dreams come true. A procedure called PGD, pre-implantation genetic diagnosis, I think it was used to help make certain that she would bear me a male child. It's an expensive procedure, but has a 95% success rate. And money was no object.
I'm sorry, but I signed a contract of confidentiality, even in the event of a miscarriage. I have certain financial benefits from Everett that would be negated if I revealed. You need to understand that I would have told Shane. I would have told him much, much later on, in the final weeks. Told him I was doing it for him.
So, you were having another man's baby for Shane.
Shane is the one obsessed with money, not me. We've been together forever, and yet he still won't take the leap, as they say. Not until we are financially independent. Well, I found a way to get us $1 million, and we would have a long, happy life together with our own healthy babies. I can't be sure, but I had this feeling he'd changed his mind, that he'd panicked. Nicole is an awful person, and if she found out, or if Everett was even afraid she'd found out, yes, he might have attacked me.
We know 2 things for sure. Someone attacked you, and we're going to find that someone.
Hey, what's up? He's on his way to interrogation now.
She's a real piece of work, Nicole. Loves to lord it over the little people, since she used to be one herself, I guess. Anyway, I just do whatever she asks of me, short of illegal. I either keep the customers satisfied, or I'm out on the street. A couple of difficult patrons complained about me. I call it unfair, but a host can be replaced. High rollers are at a premium. Connie? Have an affair with that wrinkled old son of a bitch? Are you people out of your minds?
Mr. Brower and Connie both confirmed that the child was conceived through artificial insemination, and a procedure to assure the child would be male and provide Mr. Brower with an heir.
I don't know. I don't know what to believe. Maybe it was an affair. Maybe you should see this photo I found. It rubbed me the wrong way and I ripped the thing up, but I just couldn't throw it away either. You'll have to excuse me. I have a lot to sort out.
That luxury suite is off limits for a cocktail waitress like Connie. And I'm wondering just how artificial that insemination really was. Nice work. Let's fire off a round in the ballistics lab. They are both 38 rounds, but the striations don't match.
Hey, what's up? She's on her way to interrogation now.
Pregnancy? Why would I know about that? You have a mistaken idea about her and Shane and Everett and me. They're just employees at a casino. I wouldn't exactly be invited to a baby shower. I didn't hear that right. What are you saying? Everett and Connie? That doesn't even make any sense. That's not even a bad joke. Why, that bastard, that lecherous old... I'll kill him. I swear, I will kill him. Well, his desperation to have a male heir has no boundaries, I'll give you that. But he has always been a lecherous old hound, long as I've known him, in need of a short leash. His idea of artificial insemination is not using a condom.
He claims it's not the result of an affair, that this was an artificial insemination involving a special procedure guaranteeing the child's sex would be male.
I guess that makes a sad, sick kind of sense. He's so goddamn desperate for a son. What is this, 1860? Our daughter, my daughter, will be as good as any boy. And we could try again, couldn't we? But he couldn't wait, could he? Selfish, old, greedy, controlling son of a bitch that he is.
What's to explain? He's a father figure to me, or maybe grandfather. There's no sexual relationship. We're friends who made a business arrangement, period. Sorry to disappoint.
Hey guys. Brass came through on those security cam photos. I brought them for you to take a look at.
Great. We just finished interviewing everybody again.
New information, including probably some new lies. We need to sort the truth from the chaff.
With Everett admitting to a formal agreement with Connie, we've got a potential paper trail. Let's start sniffing. Time on the tape shows Nicole getting back shortly after the attack. Carrying a shopping bag. I didn't see that bag in the search, did you? And look how she's holding it. Under her arm.
You got enough evidence for a search. I'll hit up a judge.
Encrypted document. Let's check it out. Connie had a one-way ticket to paradise. And Everett hired someone to find out just such tidbits about her. Was he paranoid she'd keep the cash and the kid? These are serious medications. Everett's story about his terminal condition appears to be true. Marriage contract. Standard prenup with a wealthy type like Everett. But this is unusual. Nicole agrees to do whatever it takes to bear him a son, including abort a female child. That's a nasty add-on to Dearly Beloved. That sure puts the million dollar baby. Big dough for a surrogate mom. She's already got half down. Maybe Connie decided she'd rather have $500,000 and her child than a whole $1 and no kid. So Connie gets half of her $1 million mother load, and Everett hires a PI to keep an eye on his investment. Maybe old Everett was paranoid Connie'd skip with the cash and the precious cargo in her tummy.
He's on his way to interrogation now.
I hardly think an explanation is called for. I mean, look at it. That's a picture of two people sharing a happy moment. Well, Miss Roth had just confirmed that she was indeed having a boy. There was a 5% chance otherwise, as I explained, but she had just received a check for $500,000. I think we both had a right to be smiling. Leaving town? Now you've lost me.
You had just paid her $500,000, and now she was booking with your baby, not to mention money. You went from handing out mental cigars to rage at being double-crossed. Desperate, you grabbed a knife at the casino, rushed to her apartment, and tried to get rid of her and the evidence she was carrying inside her.
You're the one who sounds desperate, Miss Willows. Flinging accusations without thought or care? I don't need to justify hiring someone to protect my investment, and I certainly don't need to build a case against killing the woman who was carrying my son. You'd have me killing my son. It's insulting. It's absurd. If she asked for more money, she'd have got it. It's that simple. But she's no blackmailer. Do you think I would pick less than sturdy, trustworthy stock to carry my child? You know what? I've suffered all the indignities from you people that I can abide. Searching my hotel room, harassing my wife, exposing my secrets. I may be a dying man, Miss Willows, but I'm not without my resources. I suggest you find the real killer or suffer the consequences. God, and now this nonsense? All right, Nicole dry cleans damn near everything. She's a cleanliness freak, obsessive about it. Even the night of that awful attack, she made dry cleaning a priority. I can give you the name of the service if you want another wrong tree to bark up.
I'll track down the dry cleaner in question. Let's also check the luxury suite to see if it's been dropped off already. Cleaning service said they just made a delivery. Hotel housekeeping confirmed they brought it to the room. Brass cleared us to take what we find based on our original warrant. Should be around here somewhere. Well, according to the cleaners, this is everything Nicole dropped off to them. Pity we got to it after the drying service had their way with it. Time for a closer look. Rip's been mended. Possible fiber evidence. And we can test for blood stains. This USB card must have been left in the pocket. Good thing Nicole picked a thorough cleaning service. Try again with something similar. Unusual reaction. Diluted blood from Connie, maybe? Okay, if Nicole was carrying this photo, she likely suspected an affair between her husband and Connie for some time. And she could have known Connie was expecting by chatting up Shane. Nicole must be in solid with the casino security to have that photo at all. And I wonder if she's how it wound up in Shane's hands. That puts this blouse at the crime scene at the time of the attack. And somehow, I can't picture Everett in it.
She's on her way to interrogation now.
And why would I want to kill a non-entity like her?
Because you thought she was having an affair with your husband. And she was pregnant with his child. Shane probably told you Connie was having a boy, and you knew how much that meant to your husband.
I didn't care about Connie. She wasn't worth killing. It was the bastard that she was carrying. He was the threat. Understand? I knew Everett had been meeting with her, talking with her. You could tell they were sharing some secret. So I got in good with the security guys and asked them to watch for Everett and that bitch together. Get me some photos if possible. And they got me that juicy one. I guess I jumped to the wrong conclusion, but I was right that Everett was betraying me. What difference does it make whether he impregnated her or some needle? I was bearing his child, but our daughter wasn't good enough for him. He had to have a son, even if it was with some lowlife. I had to protect my little girl and myself. I found out where she lived, waited outside for Shane to leave for work, and got in using the spare key. I started in on Connie, on her baby. Stabbed 4 or 5 times, but the blade wouldn't go through. and she woke up screaming and clawing and fighting. I freaked out and ran off, but before I got out there, I heard a loud bang, a shot, and the faintest tug on my clothes. So I took the clothes to the dry cleaners. They were dirty. And Everett? We're just friends who made a business arrangement, period. You understand, don't you? Pregnant with his child. And he's betraying us both. He has a few good years left. We could have tried again. I could have had that stupid special procedure to have his precious boy.
He doesn't have a year, Nicole. With his time running out, he panicked too. Do you know what he really intended to do? To adopt that child and raise the boy as your daughter's brother. He'd have told you when he felt the time was right. Well, you and he will have a child. Only it'll be born not in some European clinic, but within prison walls. This isn't a case of rich and poor. It's a case of poor communication. Nicole had it all. A rich husband planning to leave her and their daughter a fortune. Connie and Shane had everything too. They loved each other, and even their financial dreams could have come true if she'd shared with Shane the secret of her sudden pregnancy. Broke or flush, couples have to communicate, or it all breaks down. Pleasure working with you on this one. You can get your evaluation from Grissom in his office.
All right, here's your evaluation. For evidence, you found everything there was to find. For hints, you didn't need any at all. And, at the end of the day, you followed the evidence to a clear conclusion. Can't argue with that. Good work. You did very well, though as I noted, there's still some room to improve. I'm giving you an above-average grade. And by the way, thank you for all the new specimens you found for my collection. I'm recommending you for an extra bonus. Great hunting.